Today we talk about more air in your chip bags, charging the freeloaders, and how much of your time and energy you should dedicate to others. Sometimes we stretch ourselves too thin trying to fulfill our obligations. If you need help moving, let us know at our Instagram or at tiltednotthird.com. I know a guy.
Hello, my name is Edwin,
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Frantic.
and together we are Tilted Not Stirred. So what are you guys feeling tilted today? What's going on, guys?
I'm not feeling tilted this time around. You know, baseball is officially back. We knew that already. And the
Yep.
Dodgers signed top free agent Freddie Freeman. Let's go.
Easy.
Easy money, dude.
Isn't it great not to have a cap?
Ah, it's so great, dude. What's
the
the luxury tax?
The Dodgers just get to spend, and who cares, right?
No one except the rest of the league who bitches and complains, acting like their owners are poor even though they're billionaires. Psh, get out of here.
So we winning or what?
Like, there's a lot of games that need to be played. You know, they got to go out there every day. You know, it's
Yeah,
162
that's-
games.
that
I
is
mean,
true.
if
you
you
got to
don't
play them all out.
if you don't win, like that's some Brooklyn Nets type.
Like in
Investment.
basketball, yeah.
Ye-
Well, I mean,
yeah.
in basketball they actually have a cap though, so
Yeah, but the super team they built was unheard of and ridiculous, and
and
Look
they
at 'em now.
accomplished nothing.
I
Look
mean,
at 'em now.
even being objective, the Dodgers still have some questions. You know, we just lost Kenley Jansen.
Yeah,
Braves,
who's our
funny enough.
closer? And honestly, it was bittersweet. He didn't have it like he used to anymore. Let's be honest. Kenley Jansen, he was a crowd favorite, but we all have to admit, every time he went on that mound, it was a bit of a nail biter.
Mm-hmm.
wait, who's that closer that was like my guy that I totally forgot his name, but he was my guy.
What team did he play on?
He was in the
Anybody.
Dodgers. He was in the Dodgers. He
If
had
he's
like
a
dreads.
closer, then yeah, that's Kenley
That's
Jansen.
Jansen. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kenley Jansen.
He's gone.
Wait, they lost that guy?
Well, he's
I
going
wouldn't
to
say
another team.
lost.
Wait, was that?
It was a mutual parting of ways.
I
Sag.
don't know. He had dreads, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that guy. That guy was my guy. I don't even know his fucking name. But-
Yeah. Dude, that
Go
is
ahead.
awesome. Yeah, Dodgers making moves. I guess since we're on the topic of sports, NCAA March Madness has been a complete disaster
For whom?
for everyone who likes to partake in the bracket creations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of happens every year, right? And it's very difficult to predict like the perfect bracket of who wins every match and all that, but there's usually a lot of money tied into all this.
Bro, I'm telling you, you gotta look at the advanced analytics. I'm talking about going on their Instagram, going on their Twitter, following their friends, and then you gotta get the whole scoop. You know, you gotta find
gotta
out
search for
potential-
baby mama drama,
yup,
like
potential relationship, family conflicts. You know,
True.
what they have for
maybe I should have
breakfast.
done that.
You know, what their
I
diets are like.
Should have done that. But yeah, like I was at Limericks for St. Patrick's Day. Did you guys do anything for St. Patrick's Day, by the way?
No.
I didn't.
Oh, well, I went to go get green beers because, you know, St. Patrick's Day, good time to go get some green beers. And while I was at the bar, it was on TV that Kentucky had lost to the St. Peter's Peacocks. I'm like, St. Peter's what? Peacocks. The 15th seed beat the second seed, and then the very next round, the 15th seed again beat the 7th seed. So it's a kind of a Cinderella story going on here. Yep. So there's that. But yeah, I went to Limericks down in Chino Hills, and that thing looked like a club, man. It was insane. We waited. I mean, when we first got there, it was about 6:15 in the afternoon. We waited about 20 to 30 minutes just to order a beer. And then by the time we left, like around 8:30, I think it was, the line outside just to get in looked like it was going to take an hour long. Like that thing was wrapping around the buildings. It was like, what is going on here? But yeah, that was kind of insane. It was the first time that I've seen such a like I've seen a bar or just any kind of like a restaurant or something of that nature to be like so packed. So interesting. It made me feel like things were normal again.
Yeah, I
And-
mean, I've been to a bar just recently, and that was something interesting. It felt kind of nice to be surrounded by people again, and kind of, I don't know. Times before COVID kind of feel weird nowadays. Just watching people hug and stuff. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
we
and
don't
things
do
things,
that around here.
things have already started to feel normal. It's not like, oh wow, now it's starting to feel normal. Like, yeah, everything's, people are out, they're going to the mall, they're doing whatever, right? But it was the first time that I saw something resembling like a club that was popping, and it was just, like a lot of people kind of packed together. But yeah, that's one of the things I did. I also went down to Long Beach this weekend to help a friend move, and that was pretty exciting. Really exciting. I'm excited for her in this new chapter. I might be looking at moving out soon as well, boys.
Oh damn!
Shit.
Yeah, I got there's some signs of a soft reopening of the office, and I'm not about to drive all the way to Santa Monica every day. So that's on the radar. That's kind of new for me.
Okay,
And,
right on. Do you have an idea of where?
I mean, somewhere close to Santa Monica. Right now, I'm not entirely sure which cities are. I mean, everywhere I go is going to be expensive, right? But like, which cities have like how would I even put this? It's not like price to performance ratio, but like, something that's very good for the money. I'm not entirely sure how that looks, but maybe like in Culver City or
Bang for your buck. I think
bang for your buck. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, so something along those lines. And yeah, we'll probably be moving out with my lady as well. So all of that is still in the works. We haven't started looking or anything, but it's definitely a very possible reality.
Hey, congrats, dude.
Yeah, I haven't moved out yet, but thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
Yeah. He's in the pre-planning phase.
Yeah.
Congrats on the thought, dude.
Yeah. What about you, Edwin? What have you been up to?
Just working on preparing for a camping trip. We're gonna go camp and explore some caverns and stuff in wonderful California, and we're gonna do some surveys on a rare butterfly. We're gonna be looking for the plant by which it lays its eggs and stuff. So if we find the plant, which is a long hike, it seems like a video game quest. Like, go up in this mountain and search far and wide so you could find this plant and stuff. And I don't know, it's so exciting. But we're gonna be looking for a plant, and if we find said plant, it's good. It's good news for the butterflies. So we're gonna be doing that. We're gonna be team building exercises with the coworkers.
I would be thrilled. What about you, Jeff? Just out of my chair.
Yeah.
Just, oh my God. We're going to go look for
I
a
almost
plant?
fell out of my chair, honestly, when you talked.
We're
about
also gonna be working with desert tortoises, and it's gonna be lit, dude. It's gonna be fucking
Whoa.
fantastic.
Whoa.
that.
So-
Rein
so
it
you're-
in there, man. And a little too
Leave,
crazy. over
leave
there.
some fun for the rest of us.
Yeah.
Yo, you want to get real fucking crazy? All right, dude. There's talks of s'mores, and I don't really fuck with s'mores. I like all things separate, but when you put them together, that shit's way too much.
It is too much, I must admit. Like, yes, they're dank, but like, you can't have, if you have more than one, you just feel gluttonous.
Yeah, you just feel pretty garbage. But I'm thinking, what if I make it with dark chocolate? Have some bitter with
There you
my
go.
marshmallow.
Or what if you do this with Reese's peanut butter cups?
Ooh.
And marshmallow?
I've never tried that.
Yeah.
Is that
But
is
what-
that the tech?
food for
Is that a
thought.
thing?
Food for
But
thought.
what about Keebler cookies? You don't need the chocolate anymore, but then you still do the marshmallow inside.
Interesting.
You know, the Keebler cookies already have the chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we're thinking about some crazy ideas out there.
Yeah, experiment, dude. Take all the cookies. You know, you'll never know what you like.
And then like whenever you go camping, an absolute necessary is peanut butter, right? So I was thinking, what if I use peanut butter on my cookies, my graham cookies, right? And then made a s'more with the peanut butter saltiness kind of cut into the sweetness.
That's what I said. Reese's peanut butter cup, dude. So we were already on the same wavelength.
Revolutionary.
Yeah, I mean, you know, these s'more things, we gotta, you know, we're getting buck wild with it, you know.
Yeah, you gotta make the camping trip somehow exciting.
Working with desert tortoise is kind of fucking awesome, actually. But
Yeah, you should take pictures. I want to see the desert tortoises.
And the flower.
Okay.
Oh yeah, if you find the flower for sure.
Oh hell
Quest
yeah.
complete.
The quest complete. It's probably gonna be all shiny and stuff. It's gonna be like, you know, sparkly. And once we find it, we're just gonna celebrate. Lo hicimos. But it grows on top of like on top of the canyon. It grows on top of canyons. It's on high elevation, so we're gonna have to kill ourselves for this flower. It's gonna be awesome.
Wait, so why are you looking for this flower again?
Just to be able to like kind of infer the population of that butterfly to see if it's doing well.
I see.
And then we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do like a little cave tour.
And you're telling me all of this is on taxpayers' dollars?
We're still working, dude. We're still.
I don't know. You guys are just skipping around a field looking for flowers and butterflies.
This isn't a skip, dude. This is a massive.
This is
hike.
serious work.
Yeah, I mean, who else is gonna take care of the desert tortoise if not I?
Yeah, and then you know, go to sleep around a campfire eating s'mores.
There is no campfires. We can't do campfires because of the dryness of the area. So we're gonna be pretty.
Wait, how are you gonna heat up the s'mores then?
We're gonna do it.
Propane tank.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little propane tank.
Yeah,
but you can't have campfires in California, especially right now. You know, winds and dry conditions. We're in our third drought. We're in a third year in a drought consecutive. You know, and we don't want to burn the whole damn state. So
yeah, that's like what, 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now.
It's gonna unfortunately. Well, I don't want to be the cause of it. You know, I don't want want it to be my face plastered next to the guy who did his gender reveal. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be educational, and it's gonna be
on taxpayer dollars.
Turtles.
Well, let's get right into the news then, shall we? So this one's a bit of a weird one, and as we all know, gas prices are rising.
Right.
But did you know that the number of chips in your bag are actually falling?
Absolutely ridiculous.
So apparently inflation's a thing, and bags of Doritos are not going to include 5 fewer chips. It pains me to report that we are getting jibbed. 5 chips in every Dorito bag.
Wait a second. So what you're saying is they were counted before? I thought they were done by weight.
Yeah, it is by weight, but you know, it's when you say 5 or fewer chips, it's not like it's exactly 5 chips, but the amount of weight that they're decreasing is it amounts to about 5 chips.
Have
All
they
right,
given a
Edwin.
reasoning? Have they given
Inflation.
a reasoning?
Inflation, dude. The cost of doing business is increasing, and
Those fucking bags were already inflated. What do you mean?
well, Frito-Lay stands to save more than $50 million by cutting down on the Dorito chips.
Yeah, it's how much
Any
money I'm
check.
gonna fucking save.
So-
Not buying them.
5 fewer chips, but they are just the latest in like consumer products that are falling victim to this quote unquote shrinkflation. So we also have Crest now selling 3.8 ounce toothpaste instead of 4.1 ounce tubes. So you're getting jibbed on your toothpaste.
What do you mean?
Charmin is now selling 244 two-ply sheets instead of 264. So that's 20 less two-plies. So next time you reach over and you notice that, there's no more toilet paper. They could have those 20 sheets that you lost could have been there for you in a pinch. And now no more. No más.
No.
Nah, this is
This
just
is
some
all-
bullshit, dude.
This have you noticed everything as a whole? All consumer products have fallen in value and worth.
Well, they're going to cost more, but they're going to give you less. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think that's because of inflation. I think they're just literally trying to squeeze out as much as they can and blame it on that and be like, inflation. We're going to cut some corners because of inflation, even though this is probably what they were going to do anyway.
One
Do
thing
you
that you
think
have to consider is that they still need to answer to a board of investors, and they need even if the times are tough, they still need to keep on increasing profits, right? So, bada bing, bada boom. Another company that's also, I guess, adding on to your membership is Netflix. So we had reported a couple weeks back, or maybe a couple months ago, and I can't even remember, that Netflix was going to increase the price of their subscription, right? Well, get this. Now they're testing a $2.99 surcharge for those who share their Netflix accounts with other people who live outside their household. In other words, your cousin that's mooching off your Netflix account, yeah, well, you might just want to start charging them $3 because that might appear on your monthly bill.
See, this is like the dumbest thing ever too, though, because like what if you're like in a hotel or something away from your house and you're just like watching Netflix there? That's a different IP address because you're at a different location. Are they gonna charge you $3 more for using your own Netflix account outside of your house?
I mean, it might just be one of those things where you have a certain number of devices, and then once you exceed that number of devices, then there'll be $3. Who knows?
What? Okay, so they keep pumping up like 90% of crap and like one good show. Are they forgetting? Like they're just dumping money onto what they're making, right? Their originals, and like most of them don't hit.
And the ones that do, they cancel after one season.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, are they attributing it to that they're?
Well, yeah. So
they're losing licenses left and right out for other people wanting to make their own streaming service.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. So Netflix themselves came out and let basically the folks at home know, they made an announcement that it all boils down to money. That apparently they made it very easy for people to share their Netflix accounts that live together with like multiple streams on standard and premium plans, et cetera. Anyways, it's impacting their ability to invest in great new TV and films for our members.
Fuck them. I mean, everyone just Everyone just uses them to fuck anyways. Just fuck them.
Are
Cut 'em
you
out of
still
the-
watching?
Yeah, cut them out of the equation.
So 2 years ago, apparently Netflix spent almost $12 billion on content, and it's predicted that they spent $17 billion last year. When
Everybody just watch The Office anyways, dude. Use that money to keep The Office on Netflix or something, you know?
I mean, they lost Friends.
yes,
They
did.
lost. Well, they just got Seinfeld, but is that enough? Is Seinfeld enough?
Hey, once Netflix got rid of Lord of the Rings, I was out. I was like, nope, no more.
$20.99 too. They're charging you $20.99 when everybody, like a couple years ago, paid $9.99.
And I think HBO Max is like $100 for the whole year.
Yeah, well, I mean, we all know of Amazon Prime, Paramount Plus, HBO Max, Disney Plus, et cetera, et cetera. There's a ton of, there's a lot of subscription-based entertainment out there.
Even them, they're on the cute stage. They still are like $6.99. They still want to entice you, but even them, they're gonna turn around and be bitches anyways later. You know,
there's been a solution for this for years though, guys.
What is it?
The 7 Seas.
The
Ooh.
pirates. The pirate life
You don't
for me.
say it, Edwin. You don't say it, man.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what's the 7 C? Oh,
Nothing. Don't talk about it. Edwin ruined it. We don't talk about it.
Well, anyway, what do you guys think that this is the right move? I mean, they want more money to come in so they can come out with more content
More garbage.
for for the coming years. But how much do you think this will actually get people to unsubscribe if they're getting charged, I don't know, $3, $6, $9 maybe?
I definitely have to talk this out with like my sister who pays for my Netflix, right? My Netflix enjoyment. We're definitely going to talk about it and say, hey, is this worth your money? Are you going to give me $3 so I can continue mooching off of you? Or
what does Netflix even have anymore that's original? Like The Witcher and Cobra Kai are the only two shows that I'm like, okay, these.
And
are
they
only on
ruined
Netflix.
The Witcher, but whatever.
Well, the thing about Netflix is that it doesn't have to have all the bangers. It just needs to have a banger. And so it's like whenever there's a new show that everybody is watching and it becomes like this cultural thing that you have to watch, like let's say Squid Games, for example, right? It gets super famous and it's popping on Netflix. And so everybody goes on Netflix and watches it and it becomes a cultural phenomenon, right?
So then what you do
So they
then
just
is
need
like,
another Squid Games.
No. At that point, then what you do is you just subscribe for 1 month at a time. Like you say, you go on like a schedule. Like I'm only gonna pay for Netflix once or twice a year, and then I'll just binge what I want. Yeah, like that's the best way to do it. Don't pay for a year's worth of Netflix. Just go by how much you use it.
Or you
want
to go real frugal, just create new email accounts and
kill mooch off free trials. Or if you want to be real degenerate, you get on a ship and start doing some stuff.
I mean, you can also get real degenerate with the 1 month model that you did, You save up all the shows you want to watch on a list and then just fucking go on that
binge
day.
for a month.
Don't get out of the fucking couch, yeah. And eat your 5 less Dorito bags.
5 less chips, yeah.
What if they
trash.
shrink Mountain Dew cans? What are the gamers gonna do? Less Doritos, less Mountain Dew? Damn, gaming industry in shambles.
They might lose some weight.
Here's my take, right? I'm always wax lyrical about like the Xbox Game Pass being the best game and best deal in gaming.
Use that word
right?
again.
I'm always okay. So, anyways, I'm always just
lyrical?
praising. I'm always praising Xbox.
Yeah, Edwin, define wax lyrical for us.
Yeah, just praising, just being. Yeah,
oh.
I changed my verbiage. Anyways, it's about. I'm always praising it being for the best deal of gaming, whatever. It's $9.99, and you can play games for that month, right?
Yeah,
like a Netflix style subscription. These motherfuckers keep acquiring new
studios,
companies,
right?
to include into their Game Pass, and eventually they're gonna turn around and be just another $30 subscription, right? $25.99 or some dumb shit, because they added so much value, too much value even, that right now $9.99 seems like a fucking, like, it's great. Everyone's pretty fucking happy about it. But these companies start thinking that they are a need, and that's when that shit is like, dude, like, calm the fuck down.
I mean, isn't that the whole point of subscription-based services, to get you hooked on it?
But the hook is the value you're getting as a consumer. The hook isn't, I need these things in my life. The hook is, look at all this value I'm getting. Whether, like, subscriptions make money whether or not you use the service. So
True.
if they can keep you happy in what content and what, like, products you are getting, and you're thinking, okay, this is still a good value for me, even if I don't fucking use it that month, they still get my $9.99, and that's what they want. And I'm happy giving it to them because I'm still happy with my value. Now, as soon as they start acting like they're giving me more than I'm giving them, you know, that's when it's just like, all right, dude, I kind of don't need you. And then they just lose that customer. Right? They get too big for the bridges, and it's just like, stop it, dude. People can vote with their wallets. And that's what has me tilted, not stirred today.
It's a toughie for sure, because I mean they keep adding more things to it, so then why wouldn't they up the cost?
Yeah, it's the same shit with college tuition, right? They keep adding more amenities, more motherfucking swimming pools.
That's the dumbest shit ever, dude. I went to UCR because fucking undercover boss said, "Oh, our track field is shit." That money fucking affected me. Okay? Fuck undercover boss. All that did was raise my tuition.
Exactly, because they went and said, hey, we need more value. We need more people to come to UCR. And they started adding shit no one asked for. Everything was fine. The tuition was at a I mean, it was a hard pill to swallow to begin with, but you swallowed it. And now they're like, hey, we made our 6th swimming pool and you owe us more money next time.
Yeah.
And you're like,
I never used.
I never fucking
Oranges
asked for
that I
this.
never ate. Fuckers.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's insane. They're making themselves look more appealing by doing that.
Well, I don't know when the cost of living keeps going up, and when are we gonna reach that boiling point, that tipping point where it's just no longer feasible, no matter how hard we try.
For real, like
the inevitable recession.
Minimum wage is at $15 right now, and like that a couple years ago, like, was unheard of.
True. I mean, that was like some managerial stuff, like at a fast food restaurant, and then people were like, "Oh yeah, making $15 an hour, not too shabby."
Not too shabby, yeah. And you're doing so much shit for that restaurant, or whatever.
Yeah,
and now
just everyone gets that.
It's insane, man. Are we getting old? Talking about inflation and shit. Back in my day,
I don't know.
French fries cost 25 cents a pop.
What?
It's tough because you want the people to have like a living wage, right? And you feel like you have maybe the government, I don't know if it's like their obligation to ensure that we have a living wage, or maybe this is just them, like politicians, getting our vote because they gave us more money. But that's kind of like the topic for today. It's just, when is it too much in terms of like what you ask of others and like what you can give? So just in general obligations. So for example, I said that, well, I had mentioned that I went to go help a friend move out, and they moved over They used to live closer to the Bay Area, and now they moved down to Long Beach. And so we helped them move, you know? Like when they asked me, it didn't even cross my mind to even say no. It was just an immediate like, yes, of course. Like, at what time I'll go help. And that's just kind of like the friend thing to do, right? And she, you know, they kept saying like, thank you, thank you, thank you. They paid for lunch and everything was great for dinner. But for me, it felt like something so easy to give. Which then got me wondering, when I ask people for stuff, I try not to, because I don't feel like I want to be a burden. When is there a time to be selfish, and when is there a time to be selfless?
So I think if it's something you can generally do by yourself, then it's one of those things where like, okay, I shouldn't, you know, I can manage this on my own, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, something like moving, that's a bigger undertaking, right? You know, some extra help would be appreciated.
Right.
But even then, like if I were to move, I'd mooch off my family before I'd mooch off my friends for that. I feel like that's a courtesy I'd share with you, you know?
Okay.
Actually, I feel like if you do it with your friends, it's a lot funner, right? I mean, it's not
it was
fun to be
cool.
carrying bullshit around, but you know, buy a pizza and some beers and yes, add more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, we did go to a brewery and have some barbecue after, which was nice. We're all sweaty and stuff, but we still went out. Well, have you guys ever said no to a friend or even to a family member?
No, I usually help my friends move.
So one of our friends asked for my help in moving. I initially said yes, and then they hit me with that, "Yo, we're gonna start at 6 in the morning," and I was like, "So about that."
Ooh.
Yeah, so about that, yes. I'm not gonna be there.
Is that where you draw the line?
I need my sleep, yo. This was back when I was working at Amazon.
Oh, okay.
So it was literally my Saturday.
Uh-huh.
So like my first day off, and it's like, yo, I know you just woke up at 6 a.m. yesterday. Can you do it again today voluntarily? And I'm like, oof. No, I can't.
I'll catch you past noon though if y'all are still moving. That's funny. But yeah, like there's, and this is just in terms of friendship, right? There's a certain level of obligation in order to, I don't know, maybe be considered still a good friend, or maybe there's like a bare minimum of how much you need to do for someone. But I mean, other issue like money is a huge issue, because like I don't know, something about it always tends to break people up. So it's either you lend your family member money and they can never pay you back.
Well, you always lend money.
A friend just stops talking to you because it's awkward. I owe you money and I can't pay you back yet. So they start avoiding you. Like
as a rule of thumb, always lend money that you are comfortable with not getting back, right? But then I will lend my friends or my family money if they need it, right? Sure. If I have it to spare, I'll be like, yeah, sure. Go ahead and take it. You know, don't expect it back. But when they continuously start doing it, you know, that's when it's just like, okay. You also got to show me or make sure
that level of trust.
Yeah, make sure that I know that you're actively doing something to unfuck yourself, you know? Because if you're just digging yourself in a hole and I'm watching this happen, I'm going to be less inclined to be like, hey, you know what? I don't want to be in this hole with you.
Yeah, my general rule of thumb is money is just don't. You know, like if homie comes to ask me for money, be like, sorry, bro. Nah, that shit can get weird. I'm gonna politely decline. for the betterment of our friendship.
Right,
At that
because
point.
if you're not the one who lent them money, then I mean the person should know it's already a big ask to begin with, so they can't take it personally, right? Unless they
Yeah.
do, then I mean at that point, then you didn't even want to let them borrow money in the first place if they're already taking it personal. Like if they're expecting you to give them money, then that's a whole nother
Right.
thing. Because I think that's one of the things that where I draw the line is once it becomes an expectation for you to do a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll gladly do the favor, but when it's already like an expectation, and it wasn't really like you asking me, it was more like you telling me. That's where it's like, okay, so
Like a homie hits you up, like, oh hey, I'm moving, and then the day before it's like, oh hey, so you're rolling over at like 5 to help us, right?
5
Yeah.
a.m. p.m.
Yeah, let's say AM or 7
Okay.
AM, a little more reasonable. Like
I
that-
mean,
know?
that one's a little tougher because you understand that like okay, they need help. The money thing is like, well, through your own actions or maybe misfortune, you don't have money right now, so you need a little help. But when it's like someone's moving, it's something that they're doing it because it doesn't matter the reason, but basically like the help is immediate and it doesn't cost you anything to go help them. Whereas giving someone money is less money in your pocket and also the potential future problems if that money is never recouped. Or if you
Guys,
or like sometimes people borrow money and then you find out that they're like gambling with it or they're doing something stupid with it. Then that's when you're like, huh.
I just remembered where I draw the line in helping anybody.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, this is what really okay. I'm fucking getting worked up right now.
Ooh, back to
Yeah.
tilted.
Back to tilted. When people ask you for a favor, but then you're all set, you're signed up for it, I'll help you out, and they say, "Oh yeah, meet me at 1 p.m." Okay, cool. Hey bro, can you meet me at 3? Shit. Yeah, I guess I already told. Yeah, I was going to
Oh, I know.
Hey
this.
bro,
Yeah.
can you meet me at 7? And you're like, "Okay. All right, motherfucker. I already agreed to help you,
Yeah.
but my time isn't yours." When people start messing with my time as if it's theirs to dispose of, that's when you fucking piss me off. And I ain't doing shit for you after that.
You're like my whole day was just like I agreed, so I set aside this time to help you, and then you keep pushing me back, and now my day has turned to nothing but waiting for you.
Yeah. I have done nothing with my day but wait for your ass to finally figure out when you're going to do something. Or when someone, even when someone's like, "Hey man, can you it's such a shit thing to do." I don't care about the money, but I definitely do care about my time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, shit, that's the most finite resource we have, and you're fucking it up.
True. I mean, at that point, what do you? If you still need help and you're doing that to someone, what do you even do at that point? You kind of have to swallow your pride as well, and just like, hey, like I know this sucks and I'm sorry, but like I still need you, pal.
I don't know, like depending on how much of a delay it was, like I'm way less inclined to help you. Like you do it once, okay, that's fine. All right, I guess it's fuck. I wasted an entire day waiting for you. That fucking sucks. You're my friend. You start doing that shit again, or you give me a hint that it's gonna happen again, you've lost me. Like we're still friends, but I ain't doing shit for you.
Yeah.
That's what really pisses me off. Oh my god.
Another thing that's kind of troubling, and I'm gonna continue on with the whole friend thing, is We talked about this early on in the podcast, and it's basically people that like drain you emotionally and spiritually, mentally, etc., etc. Basically, people that don't really seem like they're helping themselves, or they just can't seem to get over something. And as much as you try to help them, it hasn't worked. And how much of yourself are you supposed to give to that person?
I feel like it's case to case, right? But like it's always if it's all me, and it's all like my problems, and like you said, they haven't made an effort to move on any of those problems, and it's like there's only so much you can do for someone, and there's only like if it's the same problems, there's no point in you listening to them anymore. Sadly, it's like, dude, get help, seek help. It's like I can't do anything for you. An ear is nothing compared to actual, like, say they're having mental issues or like emotional issues, and it's like go to a psychiatrist, go to a therapist. Don't come to me.
Yeah. It's a tough situation because there's someone that's very nice and like a cool person, right? But then like you can imagine if they're draining, and over time people will kind of just start fading away, and then if you're the one of the last ones standing, then it's kind of like it starts feeling like a little pressure to like remain.
Yeah, but like again, it's not, you're not a shitty friend if you tell them, hey, I can't help you. You need like actual help. You need to see a therapist. You need to see a psychiatrist. Like a listening ear is only going to do so much for you.
But they also hook you in with they like bring you back in by appealing to your emotions by saying all my other friends have left.
Yeah, but
you're the only one I have left.
You telling them to seek professional help isn't you leaving. It's just you saying, I can't help you in this instance. It's saying like I've done all I can at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I'll still be there for you, but in this issue particularly, I actually cannot help you.
Yeah, 100%. We talked about this in another podcast where I've said my piece on that one.
Yeah. Another one that just came up, and I just thought of this, is my brother's grades. I don't want to shit on him on the podcast, but Oof. This guy has he's taking I think 7 classes, and 4 of them are electives. The 3 classes he actually has, right, that are actual core subjects, he's just bombing all 3 of them. How much of that is my fault?
Why would any of that be your fault?
Well, because I'm like his brother, and in school I did relatively well, and part of me feels like, well, maybe if I was on his ass and like sat with him and did homework with him and make sure he develops that habit, etc., etc. How much of that is my fault? Like, could I have done more for him, or is he just like approaching 18 and he needs to make his own decisions?
You make your own bed.
Yeah, maybe he'll get a kick in the ass when he's on academic probation.
Yeah.
He's not a dumb kid, too. It's so frustrating. Like, seriously.
But see, again, there's only so much you can do, right? Some things people got to learn for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, even like some people learn like differently. Some people may be shit students in high school and then go to college and they got their shit together after that.
I think
they can go to a community college and kind of learn to mature, learn to know that they have expectations and goals they have to meet.
Yeah, I think he's more of he dislikes having to learn about useless shit, and he prefers to learn like more technical stuff. It's not that he's dumb, it's just that he's so uninterested in learning about school subjects that he'll never use.
Damn, that's a whole other issue in and of itself.
That's an issue with the education system. That's for a future episode.
Well, it's funny. It's funny how that. Okay, so I never thought I was gonna be working on the environmental side, even though I was always environmentally inclined. FCC, all that stuff. Like growing up, I was always
That was a conservation club in high school, for those who don't know.
Yeah, we had a conservation club that we're all part of in high school, and I was always environmentally inclined, right? I took biology because I wanted to be a doctor. That kind of went off the rails, right? And I was like, I really don't care about people. We're going to do microorganisms because I want to work in a lab. So I took a bunch of microbiology classes that I was like super hyped on. And I said, I need other biology classes to graduate. So I tacked on a bunch of plant classes, right? I'm like, oh, dude, who cares, right? So I took 4 plant classes, and I took them. Didn't really care for them because I'm like, I'm not going to do plants and shit. Here I am, 7+ years after graduating college? Goddamn. And
taking pictures of plants.
And I'm only working with plants. I'm working with invasives, endemic plants. I'm like, the fuck is a cotyledon? What are we, like, shit? Like, I'm working with plants and the funny part is that 2 of my classes were plants in Southern California, and the only one I can, like, easily unmistakably point out, which is like one of the basic plants ever, is black sage. And that's only because I worked on a project with just black sage. My entire project was mapping the population of black sage behind CSUSB, Cal State San Bernardino, right? And I didn't think I was gonna work with it. I thought it was useless. I was like, oh, cool. I mean, plants, fuck it. Microbiology is where it's at. And it's funny how that works out, where things that you feel like are afterthoughts, or they all come back, and it's something that.
Yeah, I mean, it turns out it's still useless, but you're getting paid for it, so.
It's not useless, man. Okay, all right. Speaking of plants, right? My entire job is to take care of invasive species that are hurting our environments, right?
Mm-hmm.
And remember when we went to Chino Hills and I showed you all the dead standing stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember when I showed you the live version of that?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like little yellow flowers?
Right.
So just recently I saw a girl in a cute white dress, get out of her car, get out of her Tesla, She grabbed she made like a little bouquet of mustard, which is a heavily invasive plant.
Mm-hmm.
She grabbed a little bouquet of mustard and took cute Instagram pictures, and then threw the bouquet of mustard on the ground and left, right? People take pictures with those plants thinking it's like gorgeous, it's wonderful, but it's an issue.
Those plants prey upon the social media crazy people.
Yeah. I looked up the hashtag, the state park, I looked it up, and we have so many Instagram people, influencers, going to this park and taking pictures with the cute weeds. And it's so, it's baffling. It's absolutely baffling to someone like me, because that's my job, to exterminate that weed. It's like pulling weeds in your backyard. It's like taking pictures of those weeds that grow in your backyard. And it's just like,
hey man, free labor.
No, they're spreading it.
Yeah, they chop it off and then they just drop it on the floor somewhere, and then it just keeps growing.
Yeah, they're spreading it. It's insane how, like, just a little bit of plant knowledge, just a tiny little bit, can go a long way to like inform people not to do these things. And the reason why that mustard is so dangerous to the environment, right? So native plant species cannot grow because that plant has taken its real estate, right? And the thing is, plant species that are native to Southern California require a lot more time to be able to grow their seed, to spread their seeds essentially. These plants just do it, shit out their seeds and die, right? And the seeds are on the ground already, so they leave no space for plants that are native to grow, right? So eventually you just wake up one day and your whole damn field is full of those little yellow flowers, little mustard, that is so dangerous to genetic diversity in the population. But that was my tangent of seeing stupid ass motherfuckers get out of the fucking car.
You know, that ties in with the last part of this topic that I wanted to talk about, is leaning more towards social issues. And I guess right here is more of environmental issues. How much of an obligation do we have as like as a society, as an individual, as a human? How much obligation do we have to, I don't know, not be the dumbass that takes pictures with mustard flowers and spreads them, or the person that's trying to fight battles on behalf of others because of, social stuff? Do we have an obligation for that, or should we just kind of turn a blind eye and well, I'm not doing that, so it's not my problem?
The bystander effect, is that what it is? Someone else will deal with it, and eventually no one does. I feel like we have an obligation to each other as a society to kind of make our society better by making each other better. If everyone just kind of said fuck it, they'll figure it out, which is essentially what we've been doing, it leads to turmoil. Eventually, whatever is happening is gonna lead to something greater, right? And that's when everybody's like, how could this ever happen? That's because you never paid attention to it. Did that make sense?
Yeah, my gripes with this very specific thing, I know you guys didn't really want to talk about it, but we have in the NCAA women's swimming competition, and then you have a trans athlete breaking records, and you have people on one side saying oh, this is great and being inclusive, and then the other side saying you're ruining women's sports. And as someone that has played sports and knows how competitive, in the heat of the moment you can be, I wonder, is this a fight that we should all take? Is this even a fight? Or is this something that, if it's save women's sports, should women be the ones to fight that fight? This one's a little more on the line of should you even be on a side, or if there's no side at all type of thing. But it's kind of one of the things with obligations that I don't know how much energy are you supposed to dedicate to everybody else's issues.
Well, I feel like we don't have enough bandwidth as people to be able to care about everything, because then you're just shallow, and you can be as wide as an ocean but super fucking shallow, right? Mm-hmm. Or you could just pick the things that you are passionate about and fight for these things. Make sure that you make them slightly better. And that's it. That's all we can ever ask for. No one's asking you to care about all these social issues, all these environmental issues, everything. You don't have to care about everything, but you can certainly care about a few select things and try to make everything better. Because frankly, we don't have the time or like what it is required to care about literally everything.
Right. No, I like that a lot, actually. That like, I think that's very, I mean, helpful for me. Hopefully somebody else also found that helpful. But yeah, I totally get that. Just there's so much shit being thrown everywhere. You don't have to try to catch it all. Just,
Yeah.
You know,
Eloquently put.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's basically it. That's all I kind of wanted to talk about in terms of obligations. Is there anything you guys wanted to add or end with?
I'm good.
But are you though, Jeff?
Well, you see here, it all started back in 1653, and that's where the tangent will end.
All right, so that brings us to the end of our episode. Any closing thoughts, guys?
Closing thoughts. Be on the lookout for your Netflix. Stop taking pictures. Be on the lookout for your Netflix account. Make sure that if you do get charged that little extra, you go after the freeloaders on your account.
Or just, you know what? Make an unsubscription from everything, and then manually resubscribe to stuff. That way you'll know what you actually care about.
Just change your
You know
password.
what you should do? You should go to the grocery store, and before you buy a Doritos bag, open up 2 bags, and then put 5 more Doritos on your bag that you are going to purchase.
And
you know
leave
what?
a sign that says a universal bag for 5 chips.
Yeah.
For the next
You know,
day.
care for the next
Oh,
person and
that's
leave it
good.
open and say, you want your 5 Doritos, please claim them. This is a revolution and we should stand together.
Now
you know,
that's something I can get behind.
There you go. You can reach us at our website, tiltednotsert.com, or at our Instagram. You can listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube.
Remember to join us to share questions and voice your thoughts on what has you tilted, not stoyed.
Peace.